So I stumbled across this one tweet by a guy named Michael Gillette. I don't know anything about him, but what I do know is that this tweet characterizes pretty well one of the biggest problems with the modern left. So it says, Republicans, we are, quote, pro-life. Also Republicans, only a couple of kids died in the custody of Border Patrol. And the reason why I believe this pretty well exemplifies the capacity of thought for the modern left is that, I mean, yes, this is hyperbolic. This is a joke. You know, it's poking fun at the Republicans. But one of the big problems is that the left doesn't understand the right. Now, it's very clear that the right understands the left, you know, but it's not the same for the left and understanding the right. And so we're going to see more things here, you know, oh, Republicans are racist, like right here, wrong color kids, they only care about the white ones. That's so fucking this. Obviously not. That's not true. And see, Republicans, generally speaking, don't see color. There's proof of that from the one study where Republicans, when they were told that the other person was black, or people who identified as conservative, did not change their speaking patterns when they were told that the person they were talking to over the phone was black or Hispanic or anything. Whereas liberals, I think Temple did an excellent video on this where he said, yeah, this is a big problem. Liberals are actually really racist. So, you know, the mischaracterization, right? The left, most people on the left are good people, but they don't understand that the mentality of thinking behind the people on the right. They don't understand the mentality behind people even center, like me. I'm not a Republican, I'm a centrist. And I'm going to firmly hold that position probably for most of my life, you know. So here, like, all right, let's keep reading more. Well, step one is acknowledging Sandy Hook. We absolutely did. I mean, everybody acknowledged that it happened, you know, daily reminder, conservative men are not pro-life for the children, regardless of skin color. It's merely misogynistic control over... again, that's not the case. Yeah. Okay, let's see if there are any different threads. Also, we don't need health care for kids or food assistance for families. They're pro-utero, not pro-life. Well, no, that's not a great characterization either. You know, okay. Yes, we believe that there should be restrictions upon who should get food stamps. You know, those that are incapable of working, single mothers. It's not like I'm saying we're as if I'm a part of the right, which I'm not. But okay, we don't need health care for kids. No, what the right advocates for is a more market-style health care, right? Because we know that government-run health care in a country like the United States will not work. It's plain and simple. Diseconomies of scale exist. You know, this is introductory economics. So anyone that advocates for the United States to have some kind of government-run socialized medicine has zero understanding of basic introductory economics. So people like this person, very cool and very legal, chicka boom, like you don't know anything. You have less of an understanding of economics than a high schooler. You know, let's see. Oh, this guy right here. Damn, y'all love to generalize Republicans, but hate like hell when they do it for y'all. Moderate see. All right, so you know, some guy. I see both points of view. For example, some kitchen. Yes, mischaracterization here. This guy's a moderate, and he's mischaracterizing him. So, you know, again, it's a joke, but if we break it down just a little bit, we are pro-life, and pro-life as a movement, as context, refers to anti-abortion. Right? But only a couple of kids died in the custody of Border Patrol. Well, the kids that died in the custody of Border Patrol, for full context, are the ones who were dragged across miles and miles of deserts by their parents without their choice, you know, without their say in the matter, and got very, very sick and were treated by Americans. They were carried off to American hospitals, treated by American doctors, and unfortunately succumbed to their illnesses. Wow. There were thousands of children brought into custody, you know, by illegal border crossings, but a couple kids died. That's impressive, isn't it? People are going to die no matter what. I mean, these kids were given food, they were given shelter, they were given water, they were given beds, they were given the best medical treatment in the world, and sadly they died, right? So a big problem with the modern left is that they don't understand the right, and this is, it's disturbing how bad it's gotten, right? Because a lot of people that are on the right today were previously on the left. I'm repeating myself because the point needs to be to get across that the left doesn't understand the right. And I don't know when they'll wake up. Usually they wake up when they get red-pilled, or when they finally see, wow, what I'm advocating for will not work. You know, it takes forever for it to happen. But if the left understood the right, there would be so much more, you know, reaching across the aisle, bipartisan support for ideas, you know, in, you know, right-wing perspective like PragerU, they've got, would you be friends with a Republican? And like 90% of them said, oh, no way, I don't tolerate Republicans. And then you've got the opposite side again. It's biased. PragerU is very right-leaning, and they acknowledge it, which is great. So then they ask Republicans, most of them like, yeah, sure, you know, as long as they're good people. Yeah, I'd be friends with a Democrat as long as they're good people. You know, anyone that's, you know, not a member of the crazy left usually is a sensible person, but it's just not for the vocal left. And the vocal left is the one that gets the spotlight, the one that gets the message shown. It's the one that is all over the place, all through the media. You know, Republicans just want kids to die, and no, that's just not true at all. And the one thing that I talk about with my friends is that people on the left have very few arguments to be made. Like, okay, sure, we could have nationalized medicine. Sure, we could have sweeping gun control, but that'd be really, really hard to do. Like, most of those are just pipe dreams. And what it comes down to is most of them don't have many policy ideas or policy prescriptions. Most of them just appeal to ethos. They just appeal to your sense of emotion and empathy, right? Another mischaracterization that happens is that Republicans lack empathy. They are evil. They only care about the corporate business, when most people who are Republicans are just trying to get the governments off their backs. Just, you know, I don't like all this big regulation. I don't like all these taxes. I'd rather just keep it simple. That's most moderate and Republicans' viewpoints. And most people just pick a side. They're like, well, I'm not exactly a Republican, but I have to pick it because I'm not a Democrat. Or, man, I'm left of center, but, you know, I've got to stick with the Democratic Party, so vote Democrat. You know, both sides, you know, the goalposts have shifted to the point where anyone right of center could be called alt-right. And, you know, the left has just spread so, you know, far and wide where no one really knows what their set of values are. And so most people are generally socially liberal, fiscally conservative, right? They believe that the government should be like them and not spend more money than they make, and they believe in laissez-faire, hands-off. You know, it's fine for weed to be legalized. It's fine for 18-year-olds to drink. If you can die for a country, you can drink a beer. That's usually what most people are like. But the problem is the leadership of the left and how they've mischaracterized and have had this war against the right to just demonize these people, mischaracterize them, and just get their side to hate, you know, again, get their side to hate our side. Me, I'm in the middle. Politics is a game. Politics is chaotic and fun, and it's a frenzy. And that's why I like it. But, you know, when it comes to real societal issues, most people on the left don't understand those on the right. And this is something that needs to be changed. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.